This is going to be one of those sessions that if you are able to get it, you will have tons of benefit from it. Zoho CRM CommandCenter is one of those features that when you see a business owner using it, you know that he is a part of the big boys club. Part of those 6% of business owners that are able to survive for over 10 years in business. This is a very difficult topic to teach and also very difficult topic to learn because there are lots of moving parts. The command center itself as a feature is not that difficult. It's almost like a blueprint. The difficult part is what you see on screen. The difficult part is how to take the thoughts and ideas and put them on a diagram and map the business process in a way that you can grab it and put it on the command center. So in my Zoho CRM course, I'm teaching everything, how to take the thoughts, put it on paper or diagram, and then push it into the command center and all the features of the command center. In this YouTube, I'm not going to do all that, of course. I need to give value to people who bought my course, of course. But here I am going to try to give you as much value as possible, but I'm not teaching you everything. I'm just teaching you about the command center itself. Before I am going to teach you about the command center, I need to teach you about the thought process that I have in this specific command center that I'm going to show you. This command center that I'm showing you right now is a real command center that I created for one of my processes. Okay? So let me explain what you see here, and then I will show you how it looks like in the command center. So first of all, this is a marketing funnel. I have here a YouTube video that a person sees. Let's assume that this is the video. The person thinks that he wants to work with me because he liked what he sees, and then he will go here to tag me as your Zoho partner free of charge and get great perks, whatever. He clicks on this button and then he goes to this landing page. On this landing page, he will read the information, he will see what kind of gift and perks he is getting as part of being our client, and then he will fill this form, and this form will push the person into my CRM. If we're going back here, that was the YouTube page, then clicking on the link and taking the person to the landing page. This step will be filling the small form that I showed you, and then automatically a set of instructions, an email with set of instructions will be sent to the user, to this prospect, with how to tag me as their Zoho partner. And again, it's a 1 minute journey, but you need to have some kind of instructions for it. Not all the people are going to do it. Some people are busy, some people, have some other things going on, and some people will decide that this is not a good fit for them. So I have here a fork. Fork number one is people that did not take action after filling the form. They got the email with the instructions, but they did not add me as their Zoho partner. So they will get a reminder after 2 days. Please tag me as your Zoho partner, here are the instructions again. If they did not connect with me or told me stop sending me emails or no problem, I did it, you are my Zoho partner, they will get after 2 days another reminder. And after that, another reminder after 5 days. And if they didn't do anything after 5 days, the process stops and I will not bother them again. So this is fork number one for people that did not take any action. Now, while I'm doing that and sending those reminders, there is another automation that's waiting for a reply. If the person replies with anything, I love you or don't email me anymore, it will never get any more automations because the automation will stop right there. I do not want to bug people. Okay? So this is where we have one fork. The next one will be if a person was able to add me as his Zoho partner, and then in my system it will be tagged successfully, and then he will get automatically the free courses, coupons, whatever it is, and then he will get the welcome package to his email. The third fork will be when someone likes to add me as his Zoho partner, but he needs some assistance. He do not know how to do it, or the instructions are not clear, or he's busy. No problem. So then he will reply to the email that he needs some help, and then we are going to have a Zoom meeting with the client, and we are going to assign him manually together over a screen share. And then of course he will get all the package. So as you can see here, this is the funnel of this specific business process. You can see here the process that I created. So first of all, you have the landing page that the person lands on, and then there is a request. If he needs assistance, he goes to needs assistance, and then after the assistance, we can create the tag. And from the other side, if the person created the tag by himself, then it's going to client tag successfully. On this side, on the right side, I have the fork that is not there yet, but this is the fork that I will have the rest of the information, which is reminder 1, 2, and 3. The command center is starting from some kind of an entry point, and from this entry point you can create states. And when we click on edit, I can show you here that you can click on add state. So let's call it, just as an example, reminder number 1, and we are going to assign it to the contacts because it's on the contacts module. Now I'm clicking on save, and you can see on the bottom that you have here this state, and I will put it here. So the person basically, he filled the form, but he never do anything with it. So I will write here reminder 1 sent. Next we are going to choose the trigger. The trigger will be when this transition will kick in, when the system will know that this transition is taking place. Just remember, this command center is not executed based on clicks like a blueprint. This is executed based on automation that's running in the background. And every time that some kind of a criteria takes place, it will travel along this command center. And this is how later on you will get a reporting of what happened. How many people started the journey? Let's say 1,000 people were on the landing page. 500 submitted the form. 200 actually successfully finished the flow. 300 requested for help. And then based on the numbers, you understand what you need to do as a manager. You understand that you need to refine your email with instructions because most people requesting for help. So probably something is wrong. And based on that, you will know what to do. But let's go back to the trigger. As you can see, you have receiving an API call, which is not what we need here. Receiving a custom signal, create a record, edit a record, approval of or rejection based on the approval process, and you have tons of cool stuff. In our case, we need to be based on daytime. And whenever I am receiving the form, whenever I am receiving this form to my CRM, there is a date stamp that is saying when this specific form was received in my system. And from that point, I need to count 2 days, but except of the 2 days, I need to make sure that the person did not connect with me, and I need to make sure that the tag request was not approved, because if it was approved, I do not need to bug the person because he went through the process directly to the right funnel. Okay? Here in this case, I need to connect after 2 days, and I need to connect if the tag request was not approved and the person did not send me any type of email. Okay? So this is what I need to do here. So let's click on the trigger. Let's go to value of date, and we need to have here the application date, and the trigger time will be, let's say, 9 a.m. Let's click on save, and now we need to have some conditions. The condition will be that the application date it's bigger than 2 days, and we need to have the tag verified is not yes, and we click on save. So this is an example of the reminder number 1. Reminder number 2 will be exactly the same, but we are going to have here another 2 days and then another 5 days. So basically the second one will be 4 days because I need to count from the application date, and the other one will be 9 days because it's 5 days, 2 and 2. And then it will be 9 days from the application date, as long as the tag was not verified. Once you are building this command center and you're happy with everything that you have here, you can publish it. Once you go to the command center page, you can see on the left side that you have all your existing command centers, and on the right side you can view reports. So on this page you can see, of course, here the general view, but here you can see how many people went into each process. So let's try to play with it and see how it goes. So I'm going to simulate now a person that goes into this funnel in order to test our command center. First of all, step number 1 is the trigger is when a contact is created and the partner tag is yes. So this is the condition. I will go ahead and create a new contact. I cannot show you, by the way, how I am doing it on my website because the website is connected to my live system while I am showing you on a test system. Okay? So let's create here a new contact. The application date will be today and the request is yes. Let's go back here. Let's refresh the page and go to the reports. And let's go here, click on view reports, and you will see here that you have 1 person landed on the page. Let's try to go and successfully register this transaction. So let's click here on tag verified yes, and if we refresh it, you will see that the funnel goes 1 here and 1 here, while 0 people requested assistance, and on the other side you will see that no one is really waiting because, of course, 2 days were not over since we published this command center. The last step that I want to show you on the command center is the automation part, which is very, very cool, and it's really taking it from the point of only a way to have a visual layout of your business process and report on it. You can also take actions. So let's assume that someone landed on my page, okay, and you can see it here. On the top, you can define different actions. And let's go to edit. So if I will click on actions, you will see here that one of the actions is email that's being sent. Now I can tell you that on my live system, I also have a function, and the function is creating a mail merge that is grabbing information from different places in the system and sending it to the client as well. So I have lots of different actions that I can take while things are happening on my system. So think about the command center as a visual layout, a visual representation of your business process, plus automations that being done using this command center as you travel through those points. And you also get phenomenal visual reporting that you can see in a bird's eye view in 2 seconds where your process is failing or where it's succeeding. And from that, you can do some modifications and then continue. Okay? So I think the command center is a phenomenal tool. It's not for everyone. It's really for companies that want to be part of the big boys pool, part of those successful businesses that starting their day and they know where they're going, and not businesses that are motivated based on emotions and based on what's going on and what people are telling them. Okay, so it's a completely different beast. It was a very heavy and difficult lesson. I hope I was able to explain it properly. As I told you before, I spent tons of time trying to do it in the right way. I hope that I was able to do it. I also searched online, and there is no one really that's doing any kind of lessons about the command center as far as I saw. Okay, so I understand also why others did not do it. Very easy to fail on this one. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this session. If you liked it or you think I gave you some value, thumbs up will be highly appreciated. If you have any questions, comments, shoot them on the comment below. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next lesson.